booklet 2. So the questions are in your booklet B of your paper 1. Towards the back, okay? Or can be also in your paper 2, but the front segment. So still doable questions, okay? I wrote some clues on my book. You realize this is what I call annotations. I'm not showing any working. I'm only trying to write down the bits of information that I can, like notes, understand from the question. There are more than one method to solve a problem. Some of us may be using grouping, maybe using unitary, maybe using fraction. So for example, if I'm using fraction multiplication, for the boys it will be 27 times 35. That's fraction method. For some of us, maybe unitary. I have 7 units. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 units is 35. So 1 unit is 5. Boys will be, which is the same way. Okay? Boys will be 10. Girls will be, which is the same. Simplifying. And then the more means is more comparison. So 5 units minus 2 units. 25 minus 10. That's 15. So there are more than one way to solve the problem. Can I say that most of us, this question can do? Agree? Yeah, okay. Okay, then the next one is the one that starts to get challenging. Okay, maybe that's why some of you struggle that you need a calculator. And I'll show you how you don't need the calculator. The answer is 75. Anybody got 75? You got it? Okay. What's your method? You just keep adding. That's a very good method. That's a very good method. So what Kershin did was, he understood the question. He says that I have a packet of 8. I need to get to 130. That's the answer. So 8, 2 packets. 2 packets you get extra 2. So this is like 1 set. So this is 16 and 2. So he counted 8, 8 and 2. And then one more set. 8, 8, 2. And he continued to count. 8, 8, 2. That's what he means by I just keep adding. So each packet is $5, $5, $5, $5, $5, $5, $5, $5, free. This is how Kershin did it. And I can say that this is perhaps the easiest method. Why is it the easiest method? Because try to figure out the story, and then I draw it out, try to understand, and then I just keep adding. It's addition. Okay? So I say I do think that it's the easiest method. In fact, I wish that everybody tried this method. It's like listing the number of groups and pens I need. And how many 5 do you think he listed? $5? How many $5 do you think he listed? 15, that's correct. So for those of us, I feel that there are only 2 reasons why you think that you cannot do this question. Number 1, you read already, you get confused. You did not try to understand what is this story talking about. But I say this question is still quite common. It's about packing sweets, about packing donuts. You buy one, get one free. These common questions are common. But I think also, many of us, the reluctance to put in effort to try to understand, draw it out, is also quite common. So if you look at the question, feel challenged, and you press a pause button in yourself, or the button that says I cannot, then you are really going to be cannot. But if you try your best to use all sorts of methods, for example, draw it out. So you try to understand it as the first step. Then you list it out. Then you get the answer. It's a longer method because you have to keep adding. Adding a total of 15 times. Just like what Zoya has realized and mentioned. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And I show you that by Kershaw's method, which is the easiest method, it works. What prevents us? The first part is you feel that you cannot do. That one you need to get past. The second part is you need to be hardworking now. Yes. Why? Because I show you the other method, the easier method you will take up. You want a faster method. That's the thing. Many of you are thinking of taking shortcuts and for the faster method. But as a result, you are hoping to answer the question quickly. The more you want to answer the question quickly, the more stuck you get. If you do not understand the question, the next time you see this question again, you will not be willing to put in your brain to think about it. And so, look at this now. You will be able to derive the shorter method by just looking at this. Challenge yourself, you and question as well. Look at it. The shorter method is possible. What's the shortcut to repeated addition? Very good. Okay, let's check times multiplication. So, but then this is adding. You are given the 130. What's 130? Group each or total? The total. I have the total, I have the group. So what should I use? And so, I have the total, I have the group. How to find division? That's right. Okay, let's got it. Understand? You got your own shortcut already. You need to find how many sets of 18. And you realize there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sets of 18. But 7 sets of 18 not enough to give you 113. 7 sets of 18, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, is still just 126. You need 4 more. I need 4 more pens. But I cannot buy the pens separately. It must come in a pack. That's why there's an additional pack that needs to be bought. So the shortcut is what? Answer? Which is 130 divided by? Yes. you will get, and what will you get? 7 remainder, 4. Then you realize that I was 7, and 7 is $10. 7 times 10 plus 5. That's the shortcut. Okay, answer? Anybody else understand the shortcut? Good. Then the next time apply it. Otherwise, go for the easiest way out. The manager, the hierarchy, you can solve it too. Okay, last one. The shopkeeper had the number of books. I drew this out showing all the books, 2/3 on Sunday. It says here 1/4 of the remainder. So I wrote here 1/3. Why? Because 2/3 is Sunday. That means the rest is the remainder. The remainder is 1/3 of the whole. The remainder is 1/3 of the whole. Out of this 1/3 of the whole, 1/4 is on 15 books. Which if I draw a model, this is one whole, cut into 3 parts. This is Sunday. This is the remainder. All of this remainder, cut again into quarters. One quarter is 15. So I can work backwards. If 1/4 is 15 books, 4/4 of the remainder, that will be 15 times 4, which will be 60. Which is the same as, I should draw it here, 15, 15, 15, 15. Yes. Yes, and this 60 is 1/3. So 1/3 of the whole is 60. So 3/3 of the whole. Oh, sorry, Sunday. You want Sunday. Sunday is 2/3. 2/3 of the whole is Sunday. So 2 units. So 60 plus 60. 120. Okay? Done. Homework, page 11. Today's homework, 2 questions. Alright? Okay, back to our speed. Let's go back to our speed. Question 20 was homework. I want to ask if you are finding it difficult or easy. My target is to try to complete speed. Quickly. Still got a few more questions. I just want to check. Yesterday your homework includes question 20, page 20, page 21 and page 19. Page 19 is fill in the blanks, gathered here. I realized the recording was a bit broken, so I tried to use the app to repair it. So I just repaired it. Today you can go catch it up if you missed out the explanation. But sometimes the software is not very reliable. But if you have been paying attention in class, it should be quite okay. So page 19 and page 21 is for you to fill in your answer. This was homework. May I know if this you think it was easy or difficult? Okay, so I just want to briefly show you the drawing. So it starts from the same point, opposite direction. Mr. To go one side, Mr. Suresh goes one side. The question that I have for you for this particular, are you here already? Can I? Okay. So Mr. To is going one way and Mr. Suresh is going the other way. May I know who is faster? Good, that's right. Mr. Suresh is faster. Meaning, in the same amount of time, right? This person, Mr. Suresh, is going to go faster. And you can see here, for Mr. To, the speed is 55 kilometers per hour. For Mr. Suresh, his speed is 68 kilometers per hour. They have the same time of travel because they start at the same time. After 3/5 an hour, he reached a certain point. And then you ask, what is the distance between them? How far will they apart? So, in a way, it's not that difficult because you have the speed, you have the time, then you find the distance. Speed the time, you find the distance. And then add them up. Now the problem is, we have a fraction here. So some of us may struggle with that fraction. Okay? So if I were to write here, Mr. To's distance will be speed times time, that is 55 kilometers times 3/5. Mr. Suresh distance, also speed times time, 68 kilometers. Make sure you get the units correct. 68 kilometers per hour times 3/5. Now look, it's kilometer per hour. So I make sure I'm using the correct units to multiply. Okay, for Mr. To, still easy to compute because it's factors. Easy to get. Multiplication of fraction. You've learned multiplication of fraction since primary 4, primary 5, and now you're primary 6. If you still struggle with multiplication of fraction, it's going to be very harmful because there are so many chapters that requires this skill. So I urge you to seriously brush up on that if you are feeling frightful of fractions. You really need it. It's a big part of the PSLE. Then this one cannot simplify, then I have to do 68 times 3, then divide by 5. And it says no calculator, so you got to have to practice these steps. And then you have division of decimal. Or of course you can use fraction also lah. So let's say if I continue to divide, it will be 40.8. Okay, you can write it as a fraction, but I say it's easier to continue dividing. Okay, so how far they were apart, that will be the total distance. 33 kilometers plus 40.8 kilometers, they will give you 73.8 kilometers. They were 73.8 kilometers apart after 3/5 an hour. Is that okay? May I know how many of us get this right? Okay, that's great. Now, if, let's say, question, I ask you this question. If your friends feel really stuck, I don't know how to multiply by fraction, how? Is there still a chance that I can get this correct, this question correct, even when I'm very scared of fraction and I really cannot do fraction? I want to cry already. Yeah, Miss Lee always say, no matter what, multiplication, numerator and numerator, denominator and denominator, then you simplify. Okay, that's, no matter what, at least one thing you remember. But really, I'm so scared. I cannot mention, so bad. Can I use any other method? Have the long-winded method, whether you are willing to take. I know that 1 hour is 60 minutes. Then 3/5 an hour is like that, not convert, you also die already. Set already. Sorry? Anybody got an answer? But honestly, I say it's a longer and also a harder method. So my advice to you is, please work with fractions and learn to practice working with fractions. That's going to save you a lot of time. Because even if you use minutes, might be able to get you past fraction, it will be very challenging as well. Because you need to work with big numbers. 60 minutes is 55 kilometers. Then 3/5 an hour is actually 36 minutes. So it's actually very challenging to work with these numbers. So I strongly advise you, please brush out on your fraction. If that's okay, we move on. We are done with the. We're moving on to the last two questions of this set. Just to highlight to you, question 5 is on YouTube. That's homework today. So your homework today involves this set of word problems on your hand for speed, as well as page 11 of your booklet 2. This is question 23. This is going to be on YouTube. You can refer to it. Otherwise, you do yourself first, then you check. If that's okay, the question that I want to go through is the one with the calculator, FE. You can all use calculator now. And I actually want to touch on the level 3 question, which can be quite fun for us. We have last 2 questions away from the compulsory set. Okay, let's take a look at this story here. We have 2 stories to the end of this set. Okay, this is a story where there's two towns, Y and Z. They are a distance apart. Very good. Right at the start, there's distance clue given already. So there's this place, town Y and town Z. At 8:30 a.m. start. Ahmad left town Y for Z. Ahmad is going to go from Y to Z at a speed of 75 kilometers. At the same time, number 1, let's take a look at this. I will erase this arrow first. Why? Because they are going to meet. But I want to ask you which arrow you think is longer. Is the arrow longer for Ahmad or the arrow is longer for Ben? At the same time, also at 8:30, the same time, Ben here, he's going towards Ahmad, town Z to town Y. At a constant speed of 55 kilometers per hour, they are going to meet each other. Yay! Now, first question. So the two of them are going the opposite direction. They are going opposite direction, but they are meeting. They are going towards each other. Now, so the arrow is going towards each other. Whose arrow is going to be longer? Ahmad, why? Correct. So Ahmad is faster. Okay, let's say they meet. So because Ahmad is going to go faster, he's going to meet him nearer. Maybe somewhere here? Yay! With me! Very happy. And yes, Ahmad's going to travel the longer distance because he is faster. For Ahmad, we know that he has a speed of 75 km per hour, but the time is unknown. And the distance that he travels is actually also unknown. Now, so for Ben, he's going to travel the shorter distance because he's slower. Ben, he's 55 kilometers per hour, and the time that he's taking is also actually unknown. Don't know. You don't know how long they're going to travel until they meet. See, the question asks you, what time will they meet? I don't know. How do you know? Okay, wait. Why do you add the two numbers together? And then you also don't know distance. Oh, very good. Okay. So, and so, you see how you can answer this correctly? Actually, you are using the shortcut from the previous question, the tens question. This is identical to the tens question. That gets. Why do I say that? You are figuring out a group. So, looking at Ahmad, for 1 hour he travels 75 kilometers. For Ben, he will travel in 1 hour 55 kilometers. So, in 1 hour, Ahmad will travel 55 kilometers, and Ben will travel, 75. And Ben will travel 55 kilometers. It means that they are going to start. It means that in this manner, they will travel a total of 75 plus 55, which correctly pointed out is 130 kilometers. So in 1 hour, they travel together 130 kilometers. Now the whole distance is 390 kilometers. So question, as I has pointed out correctly, how many 130s are there in 330? Correct. That's why there's a calculator, because you can't really use. Yeah. So yeah, which many of us understand of, because 130 times 3 will be 390. Actually, it's 390 divided by 3. So what is this step is? So how many hours of 130 kilometers each? So the answer is 3 hours. Okay, so 1 hour travel 130 kilometers. So 3 hours they will cover the whole distance already. Nicely, 3 hours. So that's why for question is already very fast to say. So what is 3 hours after 8:30? Huh? 11:30 a.m. So A, from start time 8:30 a.m., 10, 9, 10, 11, 11:30 a.m. That's 3 hours. So they will meet at 11:30 a.m. So in 1 hour they travel. Each of them reach a distance. The total is 130. In 3 hours time they will meet. They will cover together the distance required. In 3 hours, they will be able to cover the distance of 390 kilometers together. Okay, finally, part B. How far would Ahmad have traveled? Ahmad's distance. How far would he have traveled? What do I use? Sorry? Speed times time, right? So speed times time. His speed was 75 km per hour. The duration is 3. Can I? There you got your kilometers, huh? Very okay. Can you understand? Now, if you don't understand still, yesterday we actually went through one of these questions. See? It's here. How is showing you? 1 hour they travel this. Another hour they travel this. Another hour they travel this. So this is the bar model that shows you how the traveling happens. Okay? Okay? Finish? Happy? Last question. Okay? This question is for your homework on YouTube. Is that okay? Am I going at an okay speed? Too fast for anybody? No, huh? Okay. The last question is page 24, am I right? Yeah. Correct. Okay. Now, who are the two characters? The car and the bus. Are they traveling together? Traveling away from each other? Traveling towards each other or what? Town P to Q. Distance is again given. Very nice. It's a town P to town Q. Town Q. And this distance is 300 kilometers apart. Oh, it says the car and the bus, they are traveling together. The bus started later, but arrived half an hour earlier. Oh gosh. Can you understand what's going on here? And then, but you look at this. The car, do you have the speed? Did they tell you the speed of the car? No, you need to find. Do you tell you the time of the car? Actually, also don't have. The bus, do you have the speed of the bus? Yes, the bus is 16 km per hour. Do you have the time of the bus? Also don't have. How to find anything? Read the story again. Okay, this is the most important sentence. Okay? If did they start at the same time? No, they didn't start at the same time. So, which one started earlier? The bus. Okay. Who arrived later? The bus. Right? But that's confusing, right? Okay. What does it mean? It means that if we talk about duration, right? If we talk about just the duration, time taken. Okay? The car start later, start here. Time. This is duration, huh? Duration. I'm drawing the duration line now. He start later. The bus start earlier. Car. The bus. The bus start 1.5 hours earlier. Then the car starts. Don't know how much, how long, huh? He's reached already? The bus haven't reached yet. When did the bus reach? Another half an hour later. Question, you have the answer. Let's tell me your answer. Huh? Sorry? Answer your answer? 90 kilometers per hour. How do you get that? 60 plus 30. Why 60 plus 30? Even I am shocked by that question. So much missing information. Oh. Okay. So you have the missing duration here. What do you say was for your answer again for A? Answer? 60, yeah? 90. Sorry, I'm wrong. Okay, wait. Let's take a look at it. What do we have here? It seems like there's missing information, but let's look at it carefully. Actually, we have all that we need. Who completed the journey? Car? Did the bus complete also? Did the bus complete also? Yes. So what is the distance? Okay. So actually the car also have the distance 300 km and the bus also have distance 300 km. Do you think you can find how long the bus take? So the bus, very good. The bus time, duration for the bus. Take the distance, divide by the speed, which is 300 divided by 60, which many of you found 5 hours. Okay, so it's 5 hours, right? What is the car's duration? So this means that this whole thing is 5 hours. So how to find the car's duration? Very good. So for the car time, the duration, you take the 5 hour minus the 1.5 that the bus started earlier, minus the half that, because the bus is 300 km per hour at 60 km per hour. So we can find that this is 5 hours. Find this first. After that, we minus away the extra time the bus took compared to the car, which will give us how many hours? 3 hours, very good. Once you find the car take 3 hours, what is its speed? 100 km per hour, very good. So the speed of the car, you take the distance, divide by the time, that is 300 divided by 3, is 100 km per hour. Sorry, answer, you're wrong. But never mind. I'm glad you tried. Okay. Okay, with that, are we able to find answer for B? Now we have the speed of the car as 100 km per hour. We have the start the end time. End time of the car travel is 1800 hours. Can you work backward to find what time he started? 3 hours, right? 3 hours. Backwards from 3 hours, what time is it? Okay. Done. Finish. Last question here. Okay? End time of the car is 1800 hours. So 3 hours ago, what was the time? She says 3 p.m. Or in 24-hour clock, 1500 hours. Okay? Okay? Finish. Are you clear of your homework? This set. Tomorrow I want to get us started on the new chapter already. So this set should be completed by the end of this week. Is that okay? You also have one page from your booklet too.